Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my video, and today we're going to be testing out this prop. And now this is the Azure, their 5045 two-blade edition. And now I did check out the tri-blades of these guys quite a while ago, but they weren't this black one, because this black sort of starry pattern one, this is actually their carbon fiber PPA mix, and it also is a tiny bit different of a V2 blade shape. But this stuff is just much stiffer than the old versions and gives a completely different flight feel. So I'm going to be checking out the dual blade in this video here, which you can see. If you look at it from the side, you can almost probably see it kind of has like a sloping down to them. The other ones are more flat. This one just, it definitely looks different if you hold it up to the other version 1 of the prop. Let's get a weight on it here so we can just weigh it, and it is 3.8 grams there, so a pretty light, pretty decent weight for a two-blade prop. And the tri-blade edition is 5.25 grams, so definitely is a big difference. Since this is a stiffer version of material compared to the other Azure props that I tested, it gives a sharper flight feel and a more control feel, and you know, that's pretty much just enough. So let's get to the line of sight and FPV testing, but quick spoiler alert, these guys are really good. Alright, so let's just do a quick rundown of the parts on the quad. Got the Hyperlost frames. For the motors, they are the Hyperlight V2 2205, let's see if I can get one. There we go, 2205, 2522 kV there. So a good motor for dual-bladed props. And then the rest of the stuff, Hyperlight F4, SpeedX, IS34 and 1. The rest of the stuff doesn't matter. So let's just plug it in.
Welcome to OpenTX.
Okay. Let's take off. Obviously it's a dual blade, so it has the very unique low pitch dual blade sound. And they are all black, and it's cloudy out, so I bet it is hard to see. But hopefully you can just tell they are super responsive. Like, they just spin up so quick. And they're two blades, so they have a good mix of speed. Like, this is probably the best dual blade I've ever tried. And I just tried the new Doll V3 and the Gemfan 5152, but this one, and just the sound, it's not that loud. It's got a nice sound to it. It keeps it relatively quiet too. Let's do full speed pass here. Not as fast for sure as the Gemfan 5152. Probably a little bit slower still, also compared to the Doll V3 Cyclone, the dual blade. But you know, really, this is a racing prop, so you don't need full throttle hardly at all. And when you do, it's just real quick. And these just get out of the gate so quick. I think they're a fine match for racing. And they are dual blades, so they're going to be more efficient than a tri-blade. So if you're looking to get a little extra flight time to finish the race, these could also be an option. Alright, let's finish the line of sight here. Man, they just sound so cool. Let's go to some FPV. Alright, here we go. Got the Azure dual blades on. Got the GoPro mounted, obviously. Definitely the extra weight of the GoPro definitely does make a bigger difference if you're trying to use dual blades than on a tri-blade, I'd say, because the more disc area can carry it a little better. But they're still flying very good. And now the biggest thing, I don't think I mentioned it, but actually I did. This is like a tri-blade you go to because it'll give you more grip and control. Dual blade, you know, more efficiency, higher top speed, which there's a top speed, by the way. These are the grippiest and most in-control dual blades I've ever flown. They feel almost like a tri-blade. So for racing, I think these are a fantastic prop if you want to try them out for racing. Because you're going to get all the benefits of dual blade, but almost a tri-blade control, which is pretty special. Whoa. So yeah, they definitely don't like the extra weight, but then again, no dual blades really do. Just bringing the GoPro along for you guys. They just have very good control.
seconds.
Man, it's fun to fly. And they sound, I love the sound of these guys. They sound amazing.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, my battery's complaining a little bit. It was 2 minutes, so that's about, you'd finish your lap when you're racing. And they held out fine with a 1300 and a GoPro, so I don't think you're going to have any problems with finishing your races either. Alright, so that finishes up the flight testing for these guys. I've been flying them for about a week now on this setup, and honestly, I haven't switched props. I've kept on these the whole time because they just fly very, very well. I did go back to the Dow Cyclone V2 tri-blade just once, just to feel it, just to back-to-back difference, and the tri-blade definitely did have a little bit more control, but there's just something about these dual blades that I really like, and I think if you're looking to race, I think these are definitely a good option. There's a B there. I gave a couple sets of these away to other people, and they definitely like them as well. And I did also try the tri-blade edition on this exact setup, just swap these tris on. Also the, the carbon fiber PPA mix. And it was super tight. It was like a quad blade then, but it just, I don't know, it just felt a little weird, and I definitely did prefer the dual blades. I think these motors are too small because this probably needs at least a 2206, 2207 motor to spin properly, because it just becomes a lot of meat quickly. But the 2205 motors on the dual blade, perfect. As for durability, I've only crashed these once and there was not any damage at all. Just got a little bit of mud on them, but I just wiped it right off. The V2 mix material, because the V1, the glass nylon, had some issues with shattering when I reviewed that a couple months ago, but they changed the material, and obviously this is a different material in general, but they changed the blends, and now they definitely are more durable. I'm not going to say it's, like a PC Dow durable, but especially with the dual blade, there's one less blade to break, so I think they are definitely going to hold up. But it will be interesting to see, because I will be trying these out, keeping them on in a race environment, to see if when I hit a gate, because I know I will, if they do shatter, or if, because they're certainly not going to bend, or if they'll just move out of the way. So it'll be interesting. Alright, just a quick little update on the durability. I've been flying this guy the rest of the day with these Azure props. I flew 5 packs after the testing, and you can see, hopefully up here, you can see I've got the blades all scuffed up there. I went into the ground a couple times, into a tree twice, through a bunch of leaves, trying to come out of a little gap, and there has been 0 breakages at all. Everything is still in perfect flying condition. Like I said, it's kind of like rubbing away the material here from a branch, I assume. However, it doesn't seem to add. It must have rubbed away the same on each side, because it's still fine balanced. So these definitely are a lot more durable than I expected. Quick little update on the efficiency of these props after running them for the rest of the day. They definitely are a lot more efficient than tri-blades. Doing some hard, 60-degree camera tilt, just racing around my yard. 1300 R lines. The batteries definitely do not get nearly as hot as with the tri-blades, as well as the motors. They stay cool, hardly warm at all after hard flight, and I am able to achieve a 4-minute hard racing flight. So these are definitely a very efficient setup on 2205 motors with a light quad. Could probably even go down to a 1000 milliamp hour battery, and you'd still make the 2-minute race and get better handling. The props come in a bag, 4 props, so 1 set, but you can also get this sort of bundle pack that has 5 sets, so 20 props in total if you wish to go that route. Another downside to these is that they are quite expensive, about $4.50 a set, and they're also not very available. They're out of stock in a lot of places, but big thanks to Underground FPV for sending these in. There will be a link down below. Really enjoying these props. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.